Lepo pozdravljeni na novinarski konferenci Nogometne zveze Slovenije po tekmi Slovenija-Anglija, ki se je končala z rezultatom 0-0. Z mano je selektor Srečko Katanec. Welcome to the press conference of Slovenian head coach Srečko Katanec. We will translate his statements into English, but najprej Srečko, kako ste zadovoljni z današnjo tekmo?
Ja, no, če pa danes ne bi bil zadovoljen, pa nekaj ne bi bilo v redu z mano. Tako da čestitke fantom, mislim, da je točka prigarana, mogoče smo si zaslužili tudi nekaj več, tako da po samih priložnostih 100% bi morali mi to tekmo zmagati, ampak dobro, nismo imeli tudi malo sreče, ne, da bi žoga šla v gol, tako da čestitke fantom še enkrat za odnos do dresa. Z gara so oddelali tehnično, taktično, vse to je klapalo, tako da čestitke tistim, ki so igrali tekmo in tudi tistim, ki niso, ker dejansko so tudi fantje, ki so sedeli na klopi, del moštva in so na celotnih pripravah oddelali tako, kot se mora.
I'm very happy with the way the guys performed. Congratulations to them. We fought hard to get this point, but maybe we deserved even more. We had a few 100% chances that did not connect, and we needed just a little bit more luck. But once again, congratulations to the entire team, to everybody from the first to the last guy in the team. They worked really hard throughout the week, and this is well deserved. Gremo kar na vaše vprašanja. Your questions?
No questions, thanks.
Sorry, can I just ask what the coach's view was of the melee between the players in the 88th minute when Lingard seemed to be particularly upset by something that was said?
Kako ste videli tisto prerivanje med igralci, ko v 88 minuti?
He had something with Struna?
Sestavni del športa, tako da pride, da so malo igralci nervozni, živčni, tako da, ampak nič posebnega, tako da.
It's a part of the game, you know. The guys were a little tense, but the match was a little tense. Both teams were a little tense, but nothing special.
You seem to say something.
No.
Sorry, I don't understand why it's funny.
Next question, naslednje vprašanje. Tamle.
Za našo reprezentanco je sjajni oktober. Smo dosegli celo več, kot smo pričakovali, ali je to pravzaprav neko realno stanje moči naše reprezentance.
Malejte, zdaj je to realno ali ni, mi se trudimo po najboljših močeh, jaz in moje strokovno vodstvo, tako da v danem trenutku najboljše pripravimo ekipo. Zdaj v vsakem periodu igralci pridajo v določenem stanju, tako da nismo zmeraj isti, tudi oni niso v fizični kondiciji ali pa psihološkem stanju, so lahko takšnem ali drugačnem, tako da seveda je pa želja, če bi rekel pred tekmami temi dvemi, da je želja 4 točke, bi to rekel, da je super, tako da 4 točke smo vzeli, zdaj po videnem, kar je bilo, bi mi na koncu imeli, po priložnosti govorim, na vseh tekmah bi mi lahko imeli tudi 9 točk, tako da to je objektivno. Ampak jaz sem se pravim, zadovoljen, iztržili smo maksimalno, tako da s fantom in fantje so pa res pokazali takšen odnos, ki ga že dolgo nisem videl, tako da Jokić je tudi odigral, se mi zdi, 70 minut z zlomljenim prstom, tako da lepo, lepo je biti v takšni slačilnici. Dolg časa ni bilo tako notrno, tako da ta zadovoljstva, fantje so dobili neko nagrado in zadovoljstvo, da se lahko vrnejo zdaj v klube zadovoljni in da ne razmišljajo o stvarih, katere so pač bile tukaj pri nas.
Just a short translation. The question was whether the team achieved more than they expected before the two matches, or if this is a realistic result. The coach said that we always try our best to prepare the guys but the condition that they come in from one team gathering to another are always different. But if we said before the two matches that we would be very happy with 4 points, but now when we look back at all the chances that we had at all 3 matches, we could maybe even have 9 points. Once again, the guys really gave everything. They had Bojan Jokic even played 70 minutes with a broken finger with a broken toe. So it was really nice, and the guys will be going back to their clubs very pleased and happy. Naslednje vprašanje tamle.
Prsta, noga ali roka?
Na nogi. Levi nogi, tako da.
Pa še eno vprašanje. Proti koncu tekme, ko smo imeli tukaj priložnosti, ki smo jih zapravili, se bal, da bi morda bili kaznovani za to neučinkovitost?
Nisem se bal prav nič. Resnično, verjeli ali ne, zadovoljen sem bil, kako smo začeli tekmo, kako smo v danih trenutkih, ko smo imeli problem, kako smo se znali postaviti, da smo stali dobro v obrambi, tam so fantje počivali, potem smo spet probali odigrati neki v kako kontrolit, tako da to je to, no.
The question was whether whether he was afraid that the team would pay for the fact that they did not score from the chances that they had. The coach said that.
To je noro, ne. Verbič tudi, tako da delala, ampak pravim, kompletna ekipa je za pohvaliti vsi, no. Tudi Kurtič je odigral taktično zelo dobro, seveda, napake delajo vsi, ampak napake je treba popravljati in v športu zmaga tisti, ki več napak popravi, ne, to je.
Okay. It was just a question about the Slovenian team, so there was a question about the last question was about the tactical lineups of the Slovenian team, because they changed to 4-1-4-1. He said that they adapted to the characteristics of English team because England has very quick players on the wings and on the backs, and Bezjak ran a lot, as well as Verbič. They covered a lot of ground, and once again he wanted to congratulate the guys. Najlepša hvala še enkrat za prihod. Nadaljujemo pa z novinarsko konferenco Anglije. Thank you all for coming, and we'll continue with the press conference of England.
And you ready, guys? I think we can play better, for sure. I think that the opportunities they had really were either set plays or self-inflicted. So, you know, that's an area that's clearly needs to be better. I think on a difficult pitch, our final ball a couple of times could have been better, and you know, we had a couple of chances that on another day I think our forward players would finish, and we owe our goalkeeper for an outstanding performance to keep the clean sheet. So yeah, I think if you'd said to me before the game, would I be happy with that result? No. But I think in the context of the way the game went, the way we started both halves, then and given the overall objective of qualifying from the group, I think it's a very important point.
Over Joe Hart's place as number one goalkeeper for England. That tonight you obviously produced a stunning display. Have you ever sort of questioned his role as number one?
No, I had a long chat with him earlier in the week just to talk about what does he look like at his best, and the two words he started with was calm and composed, and I thought that's what he's been in the two matches that we've had. His decision making's been excellent. His use of the ball with his feet's been very, very good, and a couple of the saves, or 2 or 3 saves tonight, were absolutely outstanding. So I think he showed the level that he's capable of, and it was top class.
Gareth, what do you want to see from your England team? Do we have to get used to a team that's going to grind out results to qualify for major tournaments, or are we trying to find something that just doesn't exist?
Well, I don't want to be a team that grinds things out. I think we want the team to pass the ball, and at times tonight, I think they found that difficult on the surface. I think both teams, there were lots of turnovers because of the pitch, and in asking them to play that way, there's a danger there will be mistakes, and there were probably more of those tonight than we would want. So I think what are my expectations of how much they can take on in 5 days or 5 training sessions? I've got to be realistic about the impact we can have. But what I would say is that they showed signs of trying to play the way we want to. They've played at times with some tactical discipline. I thought tonight, the mistakes were a concern because you can't afford those sorts of mistakes at this level. But it's difficult to judge how hard to go in when you've only had them for such a short period of time, and a lot of them are as inexperienced as they are. So, I've got to balance setting the challenge right for them as a team, demanding as much as possible, but also being realistic about how quickly we can adapt to a style of play.
Gareth, you've worked with a lot of them with the under-21s. Do you see an anxiety and nerves that at this level that maybe still a spillover from Iceland, from that sort of trauma?
I'm not sure. I think, qualifiers away from home have always been tense. When I was playing, it was the same. They were always tight. There were very few that you romped away with. I think when you start the halves as we did, that creates anxiety within the team. First half, we then got our composure and were in control of the ball, and looked like we might create a bit more, and had a couple of opportunities that we might have done better. So very much a work in progress as far as I can see. And I think what was key was that, in what's been an incredibly difficult 10 days in terms of not just the situation of taking over, but the number of withdrawals with injury, with all of the other issues we've had to deal with, to get 4 points. We'd have liked 6. We'd have liked to have scored more goals. We'd like to have been a bit more fluid with the ball. But we sit top of the qualifying group, and that has to be the objective when we get through the game against Scotland as well.
What do you think happened with Lingard? What was your view towards the end?
I'm told it was just that he's reacted to somebody raising their hands at Marcus. So, that's something he's got to cut out, because there's a danger you get a red card in this sort of game where there's inconsistencies in a lot of the decisions. Then it's even more of a risk.
Having made the decision on Wayne, it's always nice for a manager when you make a big decision if you win a game, but that doesn't change your conviction that was the right thing to do and a very big call.
Well, I think whatever the outcome of the game, you make a decision based on the right rationale, and it's right at the time. So what we felt was the flow of the game at the moment we brought him on, there was a need maybe for some experience in there just to calm things down. But in terms of the flow of the game and what was needed from the two defensive midfielders, I think that was clear. We needed players there that were going to have to be that type of profile.
Are all your players fit as well? Are any of them going back, needing treatment? Because Hart looked like he hit himself as he...
He's hit his shoulder on the post as he's made the save. I I think he's okay, but I don't know. So I'm not aware of anything else, but I've not had chance to check with the medical team.
Any further questions? We'll do a quick briefing in the room at the back for British newspaper journalists.